Here we go then with the next instalment of the Red Sofa interviews with David Castle. Just getting a little bit of product placement so we can give a sort of indication of how this is going to go. Yeah, nice one. Okay, thanks for coming, David. Who is David Castle then?
David Castle is the editorial director of Men's Running and Women's Running magazines. He is also a runner, sometime triathlete, mainly injured, and starting to wonder why you ever run in the first place at the moment. But yeah, no, I'm a Stubbington Green runner. Before that I ran for Tunbridge, formerly a track runner. Now just lucky to do whatever I can do.
Excellent. So you've answered the next question really. Have you always been a runner?
Yeah, since the age of 10 I started with Tunbridge AC doing 800 and 1500s, did those for about 10 years, realised I probably wasn't going to be as good as I wanted to be, started doing duathlons, then latterly triathlons, and probably been doing a mix of all of that for the last 10 years or so.
So your job's obviously a bit of a busman's holiday for you, but why in your opinion is running enjoying something of a renaissance, do you think?
It's a good question. I think running is one of those things that you can do relatively cheaply. When we're suggesting that people buy certain amounts of kit, we really say it's a pair of trainers. For women, we say that they need a sports bra and a pair of trainers, but predominantly you can do without anything else. You don't need to necessarily have specialist apparel, although clearly it helps, and performance fabrics are great. So the idea is to be able to put on a pair of shoes and simply go out the front door, which there's something kind of freeing about doing that. I think everything else you need significant amounts of kit for. Biking, triathlon are quite expensive sports by anyone's standards. And there's a lot more kind of running clubs set up. I mean, there's a club that comes out of here, the 545 Club. But those kind of things are great for encouraging people into running. I think Park Run have done a brilliant job of getting people into running as well. So it's not about hairy bald runners from the 1980s in Ron Hill vests and tight Union Jack shorts. It's much more holistic, and people are understanding that they can simply just run for the joy of running, and they don't have to compete. They just literally get from A to B, and there's great health benefits as well. I mean, that's clearly one of the main interests as well. So
yeah, I think there's lots of good messages in there. How did you become involved in journalism?
I was rubbish at everything else. I did a degree in PE and sports science at Loughborough University. Realised that actually my brain only worked in one way, and it wasn't in science, it was in creative writing. So did a postgraduate course in journalism, got a placement, an internship, which they weren't really called internships in those days. I worked with Nick Tree, who was editor of Runner's World, back in 1994 was my work experience. And then latterly worked for 20 years and then went back into business with him. So it's a story he likes to tell as well.
We've had a question sent in by one of our followers on Twitter. It wasn't me, honestly. Westminster or Gosport Golden Mile, if you were given the choice?
There's only one choice for that, Nick, surely. It's Gosport Golden Mile. I've only done the Gosport Golden Mile, and so I'm saying that. Although I am quite liking the renaissance in mile running as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, 5 years ago there were no mile races, so now that at least there's a few to choose from. But
yeah,
clearly I'm a local person, so why would I travel to London when I've got one on my doorstep?
Absolutely fantastic. So finally, last question: Italian or Indian?
Depends on the day of the week. I like them both. Probably Italian if I had to.
Okay, mate. Thanks for popping in. We do appreciate your time, and good luck with the magazine.
No worries. Cheers.